Go, that might work.
Go, that might work.
Yay, I'm here.
Go, that might work.
Yay, I'm here.
That might work.
Yay, I'm here. I've done an echo. Apologies. 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 Okay, that's better. So this is my indie horror game, Do Not Disturb. I've been working on it for, I don't know, maybe a month in the actual engine, so not too much. But got a good bit of planning done on it, and no, don't do that. Whenever I, have some free time, typically just work on this a little bit. And I got a good chunk of time here, so I figure I might as well stream it. But let me send this around to some different spots. In case anyone wants to join in and watch. Okay, that should be everything. Good. Okay, so I guess I'll start just by explaining the concept, and maybe I should. Is there a way to pin a message? That could be important. We'll see about that. So the game is essentially you're a room cleaner at a haunted hotel. So you're going to be going around to the different rooms in the hotel and going in, starting to clean up like a room that's in disarray. But then once you notice that there's signs of a ghost there, you need to leave because you don't want to disturb the ghost. If you don't leave, then eventually they'll attack you and you can potentially die. And so a lot of it is like kind of observation duty-esque, where you're checking to make sure that like items are still where you last seen them, and like doors are staying open. Like you don't see anything weird in a mirror. The sink doesn't turn on, that kind of thing. So right now, obviously pretty early stages. We've got an interesting setup of 9 beds on a flat plane. But at least gameplay wise, we've got a bit of a start. So you can, of course, walk around, you can sprint, you can crouch, you can grab stuff, close doors. The ghost here is going to be, as you can kind of see here, it's just kind of doing its own thing. Although it's really liking that door. There we go. See, I can see it just nudged that a little bit. Nudged that. You can grab stuff. It'll show you where like the item is actually supposed to be placed for things to be cleaned. So yeah, obviously a lot of work to be done on this, but I think it's a pretty strong idea. I've got a pretty well thought out game design document for it. So I'll be mostly referring to that. But for now, we're going to start this off easy because I haven't worked on this project in like a week or so. I just want to make it so that when you have this prompt here, like this grab, for example, I want that to say grab slash, whatever else you can do with the object. So like here, I can either place it, or I can toss it. So I want this to say place/toss. So that's the first task for the day. Because I do want these to get a little bit more complex eventually. Like I want the option to, I don't know, for example, maybe there's a candle in the hotel room and you have either the option to interact with the candle and turn, like, either light it or snuff it out, or pick up the candle. So I want to make sure that that's clear to the user. I got to figure out how I want to situate my windows though. I've got two monitors here. I'm only showing the one with Unity. But I would like maybe I want to make sure that I can still see chat. Okay, yeah, that should work. Okay. So we're gonna open up. I think it was the player. No, interaction UI. I've been working in Unreal a lot lately, for like my actual job, and it's nice coming back to Unity. I definitely prefer Unity. Like, you have this initial load of Visual Studio that may take a minute, but after it's up, you never really have to worry about the load times. It's a real pain in Unreal when you have to recompile everything for the C++ code. I guess while I'm waiting for that, I will. Hey, hello, Zanny. Yeah, I'm working on Do Not Disturb here. It's pretty early stages, but you can see, I'll show you the real spooky ghost. I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I've got like 4 hours here to kill. So you can see here the ghost is interacting with various objects. Look at that. Signs of a ghost. It's just like Phasmophobia. And then you can, like, place them back in their proper position. Although the ghost really wants to move this bowl. So yeah, you're basically just trying to clean up your hotel room. Yes, we love Capsule Player. How have you been doing today? Okay, so we want the right now. I want to. I know, yeah, you gotta take a photo. So like when I have this, I can either right click to place it down or left click to, like, toss it. So I want to make sure that that says place/toss or something like that. So that's agenda number one. Oops. What the heck? EOC testing. What is EOC? Okay, so interact prompt, I believe, is what shows that. Where is that called? Oh, and of course, sure. Oh yeah, that was always my least favorite part of school, because I would definitely slack off for, like, the latter half of the course and then just spend like a week absolutely grinding out my classes. But yeah, I mean, not coming back until graduation, that's pretty hype. Pretty early too, I think. Maybe I'm just misremembering when school happens. Uh why did my thing not. Oh, it's up there. I guess that's fine. Maybe I'm just used to Unreal. I remember it being down here. Anyway. Okay, so in a prompt. Right. So right now I have them as separate. But I want it to go like how's the best way to do this? So we're only gonna have two parts. So I think I want to go. Probably here prompt. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll have a bool that checks if we want to clear the prompt or if we want to add on to the prompt. I did not. Is that in Discord? Oh wait, let me check. Is chat up on the stream? It is. Nice. Okay. Glad that's working. Let me check. It's probably in the Discord. Oh, you sent it to me. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, it's your new profile picture. I didn't even know you made that. That's fun. Here. For stream. Ah yes, Kekbit. Yeah, I really like the design a little bit. Sorry, Kekbit. I mean, it's just a recolor of Funtime Foxy, but I don't know. I think it's cooler. Actually, Lolbit might have come earlier, huh? Wait, lacking the hook. Does Lolbit have a hook? Also, hello, Merpeople29. Hope your day's going well. Okay, so if your prompt, then we just do what we're already doing because it already clears the prompt all the time. Otherwise, we're gonna want to go. It's been a bit since I worked in C++, but I think it's like string new prompt equals yeah, new prompt dot append. No, it's something with append. Might just be string. No. All right, this is what we have Google for. Lolbit does have a hook. Interesting. Oh, but there are okay. There are versions without the hook. Oh, you know what I'm thinking probably. In Help Wanted 2, when Lolbit is in like the Funtime Foxy section, I think they don't have a hook there, and that is where I recognize Lolbit from. Your favorite character in FNAF? Interesting. I don't know if I have a favorite, other than maybe like it's basic, but Springtrap is pretty cool. Anyway, string dot. So it's come on, Google. Oh wait, is it concatenate? No. What am I looking for here? Because I know there's a way to do it. Okay, and this might help me. Yeah, okay, that's what I was missing. I need system. Dash concat. It's a cool design mixed with sass. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the characters that don't actually try to kill you, I think I enjoy Lolbit the most. It's at least a fun, interesting mechanic. It's not just like I hate the mini arenas where it's just like, oh, here's some screen clutter. Okay, so it should be like prompt and prompt text. Yes, I think that is correct. Although I think I want this. Yeah, okay. So then can I go slash? Okay, that might work. Then we need to go over here and go false. Or maybe false. Yeah, okay. So then once this happens, then we want to go combine equals true, because now we know that there's already something in the prompt. So now if this happens as well, then I guess it should be separate prompt equals true. Yeah. Okay. Let's test that out. Yeah, what's the extension? I don't actually have that many extensions on Blender. I should probably look into that, because I know there's some handy ones. Okay. It didn't work. In fact, it seems to have taken away the prompt for grab. So not ideal. Try that again. Oh, oops. That's why. Okay, so because we still want this to be checking for this. Maybe like that. And then we still want equals true, true, and like that. I think that might be correct. Check DMs. Oh, actually, I think I have copy attributes. Because there was some reason that I needed it. Otherwise, it would take a stupid amount of time to do whatever Blender task I was doing at the time. And that's what Google told me to do was get that. So yes, highly recommend it. That's even with the few extensions I have, I still have that one. Okay, so grab is working again. The grab prompt. This is still not, but that's fine because I think that we need. I don't think that this actually works for that because we aren't grabbing it, we're dropping it. So it should say like drop place. Also, do I want a drop prompt? Because that would mean that it would be on screen like anytime you have an item, which I guess is fine. That's fine. I can always get rid of it later if it's annoying. But... Oh yeah, that's a good use of it. Yeah, I had issues with eyes on my rigs. Probably because I didn't follow a tutorial closely enough. Okay, so where is the drop even happening? I think item. Or maybe iGrabbable. I don't know how much programming you know, but this is a interface, and it basically just makes it so that any code that has iGrabbable at the top here will have some way to grab and some way to drop. And so it's an easy way to make some reusable code. So for item drop, where is this being called? We don't want every instance of drop. That's not super great. Okay, so it calls grab, and then if we're already holding the item, then it drops. Okay, so then let's put a debug message here. Where was I? Hold on. Ah, there it is. Okay, let's check if can grab is being called every time that we have a item in our hand. OPR part when? In the future. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of like custom functions, because like let's say that I have a different script called, I don't know, a banana, and I can grab and drop a banana. I mean, that would really already be an item, but pretend it's not. Then we would have iGrabbable in the banana as well, but then item and banana can be treated as the same script for the purposes of the player, because all the player needs to do is call that grab or dropped, because they're both shared by iGrabbable. So it's like, instead of dealing with like a ton of different scripts that all do grab and drop in their own ways, we just have iGrabbable, and then the player just deals with iGrabbable instead of each of those separate scripts. Keeps everything neat and tidy. But also, I know that, yeah, polymorphism. I know that that's kind of a hard thing to grasp, especially early on in programming stuff. Okay, that is still not working. What are we getting? Why do I have this as maximize? Hold on. Maximize is gross. Okay, so when we have this, we can't grab. Okay. That's good to know. Okay, so something is telling us that having an item in our hand is different than having an item in front of us. But they still do it through grab? This is what happens when you leave your project for a week. Forget everything. Okay. I've just been sent cat pictures. I was looking at them. I'd bring them up on stream if I could, but they are on my phone. Okay, drop called here. Grab is called go like that. Grab is called here. Ah, there we are. Okay. So if held item and you press the grab button, then you do the grab function, and then you do an event for dropping. Cool. So then why would that not show the prompt? Ah, that's probably why. Okay. That makes sense. So like it never triggers this can grab bool. That's why. So we need to go interact can grab. So instead of that, we need held item. And then so that's grabbable prompt. I guess we can go drop prompt. Or I guess to keep them in naming convention, we'll go droppable. And then we'll go drop. That works. Whatever. Doesn't allow it here. So we would need to go item, and then, oh, we already have drop prompt. Okay, nice. Oh, I must have already been partway through figuring this out when I last was working on this project, because I already have it set up to give a drop prompt. Cool. Then I don't even need this. And then we can just go like that. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to make things pop. The more dynamicism you can have in your scene, the better. Unless that's not what you're going for, I guess. But like, even if you're going for a grimdark thing, you still want to have oop, we got an error. You still want to have a lot of contrast between like dark shadows and then bits of highlights. Oh, we need held item, that's why. Because we don't have anything grabbable in front of us, we have the held item. Yeah, I used to be more of a grimdark fan, but as I've gotten older, I kind of interesting. I kind of shifted towards more of like a bright colors aesthetic. But obviously it depends on the project. Okay, so that didn't work because of this. But I think if I do this, actually no, this should be fine. Probably, maybe, we'll see. Yay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, so now we have a drop prompt in front of us. And then when we come over here, you can see, like, I can either drop this or I can close this. I can either drop it or place it. That works nice. Cool. I might put a space right here, just because I think that'll look a little nicer, but you know, I have actually never worked with a physics object in a professional project. Like cloth physics, I have no clue how to do them. I'm sure it's like I can't imagine it's even all that difficult, but yeah, it would tank the performance for sure. Okay, yeah, that looks better with the space, I think. Cool. Task 1 done. Took way longer than it should have. That's okay. We're warming up. So now the objective of the game is to clean everything up. So also we're going to disable you because you're being annoying. Goodbye, ghost. I do not want you constantly messing with my scene. We want to have it so that it's like counting how many objects are dirtied at any time. So like if the bowl is out of place or a drawer is opened, then we want it to be like count up one dirty object for the bowl out of place, one for the nightstand being out of place, and then the player quote unquote wins when the room is all cleaned up. What you could do for the drop prompt is have it slide to the corner after a second or two so that it's not in the way. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll probably like keep it the way it is for now, just because I mostly just want to go with functionality, and then once everything is working, I'll make it look nice. I'll make it not the default font, and I'll change the size because it's a little small right now. Maybe have a actual custom pointer instead of just a dot in the center. But for now, it works. Okay, so I think the ghost is the one that, yeah, it's got like a mess maker script. So we want to go. Well, actually, is that the best spot to make this, or should this be a new script? I think this should be a new script. You want to separate stuff whenever possible. So we'll go mess manager, maybe? Sure, mess manager. So mess manager will even, you know what, I'm being watched, I'm on stream, I should do best practices. We'll do a little explanation of what this is used for. So mess manager checks, or we'll say tells mess maker when to stop making a mess, tracks how much mess has been cleaned. Yeah, that's pretty much all mess manager will do. So like once we clean up the messes, then we'll have it like despawn the ghost, because the ghost is happy now that its room is fully cleaned. Our job is done, and we would go on to the next room. Oh yeah, I can't imagine you will, but I will still try my very best. I try to explain things in non-programmer terms for the most part. Like, ignore all this technical stuff that I'm doing to make Mess Manager work. It's all to do these two things. to tell the mess maker to quit it, cut it out, and to check how much of the messes have been cleaned. So to do that, we are going to want a check for the current messes, or a variable for the current messes. Okay, and then I guess on we're gonna want like a oops, what the heck? We're gonna want like some way to check in how do I explain this? So when the scene starts, we want to make some messes immediately, because when the player goes into one of these rooms, it's going to already be like kind of messed up, so the player has something to clean. So we're going to make a variable to tell the ghost how many messes to make like before the player even gets into the room. So we'll just set that as like 3 messes initially. So then on start, when the script is first running, then we want to get, oh, and we're also gonna want to get a reference to the mess maker. Mess manager should probably not be in the ghost because it could do stuff after the ghost is gone. So we'll go for now anyway. Private mess maker. So we're gonna get the ghost. We're gonna go for nope. Starting message. I hate when like the autocomplete changes right as you're like pressing the yep, it's good. It bamboozles me. And I think it's like create mess, begin create mess. But we do want to just have a create mess though. Yeah, I actually want to make this public. Because normally it would be doing, like, it'd be creating messes on a timer, but if it's happening right at the start of the game, then we just want to make as many messes as starting messes tells us to. Yes, exactly. We're putting the ghost to work, we're giving him a quota. Okay, so that should mean that right away the ghost makes a mess. And then we want to go... Oh, we also need to save this, so that is public. We want to give like a event, I would think. That mess manager can be like, oh, I see, mess maker has made a mess. How do you do the events? Maybe I'll just make it ugly for now. We'll see. Yeah, I mean this game definitely it started as something entirely different that was much more observation duty focused, where it's basically just a first person reverse observation duty where you're trying to find, like, you're given a bunch of identical rooms. No, you're given a bunch of similar rooms and you're trying to find the 2 that are identical, by like walking around. But that didn't really work out, and so it slowly morphed into what it is now, which I think is a much stronger game idea. But maybe I'll come back to the other one eventually. Who knows? But I do love me some ghost stories. Uh, all right, whatever. We're gonna do this in kind of an ugly way for now because I don't feel like doing it the correct way. So for mess maker, we'll go private mess manager. So on start of mess manager, we're already gonna have the mess maker set up before the scene even starts. But then mess manager will go actually this is going to be hide in inspector. Here equals just this. Yeah. Okay, so mess maker is going to have a reference to mess manager, and then mess manager is going to count up every time that this mess is created. So mess dot no, we want mess manager dot current messes plus plus. Right, that is going to be read only, so we need to go we'll just do alter mess count, and then int mess difference. Okay, so we're gonna call alter mess count right here, and we're going to increment it by 1 because we just created a new mess. We need to increase the count by 1. And then when we fix something, then we need to decrease the mess count. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? This is probably a better way to do it, actually. Okay, we're gonna go. We have iMessable, so we'll go private. Although this should be a list. I don't know if that. Yeah, it just needs that up there. Okay, so here's the new plan. We are just going to anytime that an object is like an iMessable object is dirtied, which is this is another interface for anything that could be messed up. So like a bed sheet could be messed up, an object could be messed up by taking it out of place. Anytime that those are dirtied, we are going to add them into Mess Manager. And then when they're cleaned, we will remove them from Mess Manager. That way we don't have to do this ugly thing where we check it from the ghost. We just need to add something to the item itself. So we don't need this. We don't need. We do need that still. We don't need this. I'm gonna get rid of update because we don't need that. And we don't need this. And maybe I can do all messes dodge count. I can. Cool. Okay. So now current messes is just for reference for other scripts that might need to know how many messes there are. It'll just tell us how many items are in all messes. So now we can go dirty. And we also want this to be a static list. Static is going to make it so that, like, even if we have multiple mess managers, which we really shouldn't ever, but even if we did, the items can be added to any of the instances of mess manager, and they'll still be added to, like, the same list. Which means that we don't even need a reference to mess manager. We can just go mess, like a instance reference. We can just get the class of mess manager and go all messes dot add this. And then when it's cleaned, we go remove this. And that should be all we need to do there. Same thing here. And same thing here. Okay. And I think that should be all for now. So now we can go, actually I'm gonna bring that update back, but only for, come on, auto, thank you. Only to log how many messes exist at any given time. Okay, let's see if this works. So we should be able to go enable the ghost, create a new object. We'll say mess manager, and mess manager will of course have the mess manager script. Oops, not mess maker. That mess manager. Thank you. Starting messes are 3. Mess maker is in the ghost. Yeah. Okay. So right away, we should get 3 messes happening. And I'm also going to make it so that the ghost makes messes less frequently. That way it's a little easier to tell. You want to play Percy? Yeah, that is a very fun game. Messes 0? What the heck? Let's see, what could be the issue here? Messmaker.create mess. Uh-huh. Oh, I might need to go like this. Maybe? Although I don't think that it's counting it wrong. It just doesn't seem like anything got messed up. Yeah. So that means there's some issue here. Starting messes should be fine. And then messmaker.create mess. That all sounds right. Oh yeah, it's saying right there. So the messes, it's not seeing any messes. That's strange. I think storage room night is fun even when you're feeling overwhelmed. That's part of it. All right, let's see if it's dirtying at all. No, it totally is not. Okay. So then that probably means that something isn't being set up quick enough. It's not from you. It's not from you, I wouldn't think. Hmm. How's audio, by the way? Is it sounding reasonable? I did some mic filters a while back, but I don't know that I ever actually like used them in a stream. Unmessable from hitbox. Okay, I guess. Well, it has to be getting to here because it is giving that log error message. Oh, interact hitbox. This needs to be awake. That's why. Okay. There we go. All right, so it immediately messed some stuff up. Great. And so now if we wait, there we go, messes 3. Okay, and yeah, and that makes sense. So it messed up 2 objects. The reason is because it then tried to mess up an object that's already like messed up. So for example, like a drawer that's open, if it tries to mess with it again, it would close it, which like helps the player. So instead, it just like doesn't do anything. But I think that's fine. It's fine to have a little bit of variation in like how many objects are messed up at the start. Um, I'll probably even add a extra variable to starting messes to make it a range of like 3 to 5, for example. But yes, that should work right now. So we have a counter going. So then now let's make it so that the ghost disappears when we have all of the messes gone. So we'll go public static add, no, we'll go remove mess. And then we'll just do void. Okay. And I guess we'll do the same thing here. And we will actually make this. I guess I don't think you can even do private static, can you? You can. Cool. Okay, so then I will go like that, and then all messes dot add mess, all messes dot remove mess. And then over here, yep, that will give errors now because I made this private. But we can just go this and so now instead of just using the like default list functions, we're kind of adding a middleman of this add mess and remove mess, which makes it so that in mess manager we can check if all messes, or I'll say if current messes equals 0, then messmaker dot I don't want the class though. Don't I have? Yeah. Why are you not autofilling? Okay. Game object dot set active false. So the ghost will just get oh, yeah, no, that does make sense. That's a good point. Because, like, ideally, we would just have an event here. Yo, cheap viewers on streamboo.com, remove the space. Whoa. Pretty epic. All right, how do I ban you? Ban. First ban. Nice. Ooh, and let's make Zanny a mod. If that's a thing I can do. Someone a mod. I mean, I guess I'll follow him. Sure. This might be something I need to do over here. All right, Google, how do I make someone a mod? Okay, I can go. Creator dashboard. Here, I'll bring this over so you have something to look at. Roles manager. Add a role. Zanny Gamer Reel. There we go. Mod. Bam. Okay. Now let's see here. I think I do need to figure out how events work. So sample event. Sure. I don't know if this is what I. Uh, increment. event and event is called. I don't know if this is what I want. This definitely isn't. Maybe event. Yes, I think this is what I want actually. Yes, okay. Because I needed the Unity events, not the C# events. That's why I was not seeing familiar things. Okay, so then we can go. Ooh, this is. We even have a purple link here. So I know that it helped me in the past. Right. And then it calls the event. Okay, so then I think I would want. Let's get that out of the way. There we are. Have an event being triggered every time it's called. That is up to everyone who might have interest in the click to take action. Right, so then I think I don't know that I can even have that in an interface, but we'll see. Yep, lowercase, thank you. Action unmessable unmess event. That does work. Nice. Cool. So does that mean I can then go Uh, if null, I don't know that I need all of these. I'll keep them around. I guess I don't need the UI anymore. We're done with that for now. Yeah, on mess event. Right, because I still need to have this up here, I think. Eh? But like not, yeah, this one. And yeah, sorry, I need this actually. Hmm. Okay. I guess this should also be on mess created event and on mess removed event. Or maybe added. Yeah. Okay. So on mess added, on mess removed, and down here we go on mess added, on mess removed. Okay. So now it should be calling that event every time an item is cleaned or dirtied, which is good. That's what we want. But then we need to go. Oh, no worries. I made you a mod. You've got power now. I had a yeah, you have a sword. I had someone come in with an exciting offer for free viewers, uh, and banning them reminded me that I might as well make you a mod. Why not? I am learning how events work because I forgot how events work. Okay, so I want it to be like anytime that a mess is created or removed, it just sends an event, and then anyone who like any script that's interested in the event will get like basically a notification that like, hey, this thing just happened, like a mess just got created or a mess got removed, and then the script will be like, oh, really? All right, well, I'll call my function then. You've had this at least 10 times? Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty common on Twitch, I think. Okay, so now I still need to have these get subscribed, though. Which I think I can just go like iMessable. Oops. On let's add event. plus equals. Oh, I'm in the totally wrong script here. I don't even need this. Yeah, we want mess manager. Ah, mess manager. There we go. Plus equals add mess. Move event. Remove mess. And these no longer need to be static. This no longer needs to be static. This no longer needs to be static. Okay. Oh, yeah, we need to go like this. Okay, so that might work. Maybe, possibly. We'll check. Bug, add mess. If I can spell debug correctly. Debug, there we go. And remove mess. And I guess I will actually make this so that I can actually see it in the editor. That'll make debugging a little easier. Okay, let's give that a go. Got errors. Oh yeah, I didn't update any of these. Oops. Or this. Yeah, we don't want this. We don't want this. So security needs that, and clean needs this, and this. They all need this situation. And using system. Okay. I think that's all of those. Have I done Nightmare at Disney yet? No, absolutely not. I have not even downloaded it. But when I do, I will let you know, because I will need some coaching. That didn't work. This did not get called, but why? Add mess. I mean, they're still difficult though. I do like a consistent mode. That's most of the reason I don't like 50/20, honestly, is just that to get consistent at it, you need a stupid amount of skill, and then even then, there's still stuff that can just kill you. But I'm sure it'll still be quite the challenge. On controller bend. Yeah. So we still have it being called here. Let me make sure that this is actually creating the event. I'll have to make sure that the door is actually getting moved here. It's mainly a knowledge check. I mean, I could say the same thing about Observation at Freddy's, though. And I would still say that's pretty difficult. Whoa, interesting. Oh, so that's not being called. What the heck? What am I missing here then? So onMess added event is null. Okay. See you for now. Uh, hmm. Make a class internet. Here, I'll actually show. This is what I'm looking at the moment. Because I'm trying to find out, I think there might be different requirements if you have the event on a interface. The sharp interface, yeah, that's correct. Hmm. They're triggering events. Just pass an event handler to the initialize function. Okay. And then here we go push notification handler equals this. Sure. So then I think it's wanting me to go. So instead of this, it would be. I. Well, no, that doesn't make sense though. What? All right, I need to manage my tabs here. This is getting out of hand. Okay, bit better. Uh, event system. Honestly, I think that Unity's documentation is pretty strong, at least compared to Unreal. Although this in particular does not seem particularly good. Okay, so defining custom message, blah, blah. Oh. Instance from this could be considered a target for receiving events via the messaging system. Oh. Once defined, be implemented. Interesting. So then this would go on my mess manager. Okay. Then okay. As arguments, it requires a target object for the message. Sure, and that's just this. Okay. Oh, that's strange. To be X. Okay, I think I could just ignore the Y. So then we're looking at a new script for I message target. This really shouldn't be in the interaction script, but I can fix that later. And then I event system handler. This needs to be an interface. Okay. And then we would go void added mess, void remove mess. Okay, and then mess manager would use I message target. And then we've got these. Does not implement. Oh, I guess this should be add mess. And then, yeah, I gotta put in the parameters. Come on, there we go. Okay. And that should work. Nice. Okay. So then we would go over to here. You can say life is good. I don't know when you sent that. I have not checked chat in a moment, but why is life good? Other than just because it's better than dying. This needs to be in item down here. We need to get rid of this. And this. And these, I think. miss. Subnautica 2 news. Hold on. Ah. News? Where's the news? Where'd you find it? Ah, the release window confirmed. 2025. That's hype. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably among the most anticipated games. Like it's a big one. I haven't even played Subnautica 1, and even I'm keeping an eye on it. Right, exactly. Like co-op is a literal game changer. Uh, all components on the game object that can handle it. Oh, but this still requires, man. Because this way of using the execution still needs me to point to the game object, which I don't love. I kind of want this to just be like a totally separate thing. Hmm. Because yeah, for this I would need to go and say like the mess manager game object. I'll see this, and then X would be sorry, remove mess, and then Y. Bunch of fixes. Because I want it to be. What if I go this? No. Oh, I'm too stupid. Hmm. Because I'm trying to mix interfaces and events, and just something's not clicking here. So I think I could have bring this over while I'm fussing around on Google. Okay, so what if I did this? So instead of click action, it would be a mess action. And create mess. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that this even works though, because this I don't think this is really what interfaces are supposed to be used for. Okay, and this would go msable dot create mess. And we would need to go over to imessable and go I think just like imessable, right? Oops. Do you actually have a problem with this? No. Oh, I see. Sure. Okay. Manager. Yeah, so that works now. Okay, and then same thing for I guess this should be add mess action, just to keep all of the language consistent. Okay. And then on add mess, on remove mess. Okay. And then on item, we would go mess, no. We can also get rid of this. Hmm. Okay, but clearly that doesn't work. Could I maybe just go that's why I really messing it up. Like this. No. we want it to be calling on add mess here, so that mess manager can then do its thing. Publish your deck. Click. Hold on, I messed that up. Let's do that. Add. There we go. This is what I need, right? No. Why not? Yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem like that would be correct, though. Like, because this is just for this. And then this is, oops. Then this is what we're supposed to be using. In which case, we want... Scroll down. Yes, and you would think it'd be on that mess. And yet, on add mess, new, iMessable. And then we want this as the parameter. Yeah, as like the messable. Except for when used within the type iMessable, but we are the type iMessable. Or does it have to be in here? Is that the issue here? My posture has slowly withered away. Okay, so right, because like if I had this in item, then there'd be no issue. But it's because it's in iMessable that it's kind of not a fan of what I'm doing here. But obviously, I can't actually call it from interface because it's an interface. Withered 2, or Withered 2, FNAF 2 reference. Yep, that is exactly what it is. Yeah, I mean, I think this part's all done. I also don't think I need this. Or no, not... I need not this part. I can delete that. I must target. Yeah, I don't need that. Probably, anyway. This is the kind of thing where it's like not exactly glamorous work, but it will make my life easier, so I still have to do it. So if it takes me too much longer, I might just do it off stream, go to something else. Interesting, my scroll wheel didn't seem like it was working there. Anyway. I guess, can we do like all event unity? No AI. Ew. I actually go. I don't think that you can disable it. Unfortunate. Yeah, the AI ones can just like so easily give you incorrect info. And I guess I will get rid of. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Yeah. There's this Unity event though. I don't know that I've ever messed with them. But it does seem like it's easier. You know what? Maybe I just try. It's a tool I haven't used before, but it might be the one for the job. iMessable. I'm gonna just comment this stuff out, just in case I need it later, if this doesn't work out. Unity event, and we'll just call it. What am I calling it? Add. Excuse me. Add a mess event. And this will need, yes. Okay. And I think this would need to be static. Yes. Okay. I won't even worry about the remove just because I don't know if this is even going to work out in the end. And then we go item. And I guess we'll just put it in a wake of if. What did I call it again? Add mess event. If add mess event. Simple add mess event is not equal or equals null. So it hasn't already been initialized. Then we will go messable add mess event equals new unity event. Well, no, don't do that. Yeah, just put that up there. Nice, cool. Okay, and then down here we go messable dot add mess event dot invoke. Oops. Okay. And you need to have not that, not these, although I will once again just comment them out in case I need them. iMessable dot add mess events dot add listener this. Oops. No, it needs to be add mess. But then we need to also figure out how to pass info along. Which might just be going invoke and a messable s. Does that work? No. What about no? I guess we don't need to have it check the all messes. We could just go add mess and go public void increment mess instead. Then go messes plus plus. Oops. Might just be increment mess. Correct. Okay. Okay, so then if I have all of that correct, then we can go increment mess. And we also need to go do you not have an awake? You don't. And same thing for drawer. Come on, give the error. Thank you. Okay. So that might work now. Moment of truth. Wow, I think it actually worked. Let's check mess manager. Yeah, current messes is 3. Wow, okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I don't love how this is being done though. I want the object that's being messed up to also get passed along, not just like not just the fact that the event is happening. So I'm gonna check and see Unity event and take any parameters. Oh, it can. Okay, nice. So it goes Unity event, I messable, add mess event. Okay. And then new Unity event, messable. And then over here, we'll go add mess. Cool. Get rid of that. And then we will want to do the same over here. Oh, I also got a problem over here. Invoke needs, oh, it just needs this. So that we're passing along the object. Okay, nice. Add mess event. Right, that was what I was needing to do yet. I knew there was something. Just gotta swap this out with this, and this out with this. Cool. There's probably a cleaner way to do this as well, though, so we'll figure that out later. But if I try this, add mess is being called twice, so that, and then plus that one. So yeah, that seems like it's working. All messes, so why isn't that showing up in my inspector? I would like it to. What if I make it public? Might just be that it can't display iMessable for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's fine then. Then I think I will just go debug.log, add mess, and then just print whatever the current mess is. We'll have to put that after, so that's updated. Okay, and now we should go and do basically the same thing, but for remove mess. Okay, and right here, and oops. Oh, I pressed a no button. I don't actually know what attach to Unity does, but I don't want it. I'll pass. No. Bye. Okay. So now, if I go like this, we should see 1, 2. It only added one mess. Oh, that's because it tried to mess with the same object multiple times. Control Z until the problem is fixed. Honestly, it works. It works sometimes. Let's do that again. There we go. Okay, so add mess 1, add mess 2, and then if I go like this. No. Then you close this. No. What the heck? Oh, I don't think I'm ever actually calling Oh yeah, these can get removed. I don't think I'm ever actually calling that the items get cleaned. That would be the problem. So down here we need, yeah, just need to call this. Remove mess event. Okay, that is at least an easy peasy thing to fix. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You can screen share. That's a-okay. What was I need to do? Oh yes, yes. Let's do this.
Okay, so I may have found the worst topology in the history of Blender. Let me show you this. Right? So I was working with the classic Fineti mic. Your microphone is not working on Discord if you're speaking.
I just speak right there. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. It sounds like you're
Okay,
far
cool.
away.
I don't know why that would be.
Hold
But
up, check your
anyway.
input. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
I guess I can check.
it
Make
is.
sure my video. Oh, that's because it's using my headset microphone.
Ah,
There you go. That might be better. Maybe,
yeah,
possibly.
sounds much better. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
gonna append this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Object. Append all. I'm gonna
Ah.
move this over. First of all, you can already see how laggy it. Oh, I'm in rendered view. Whoops. Like me just moving this, you can already see how laggy it is to just move this around, right?
Yeah. Where did you get the model?
Radiance just has a Google Drive of the classic models.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyways, you ready to see this? Oh my
Whoa.
god, that is.
Yeah, that is a
I click
lot.
him and he glows like a lantern. Oh
Jeez.
my god. The textures don't even work, bruh. Like, this is rendered view. Ignore the funky lighting I have. Actually, don't. It's cool. But oh my god. For what?
Yeah, I wonder why the textures are broken. I mean,
I
clearly it works for them. So, I mean, I guess I can't hate too much.
It has a. First of all, you can barely see the bones in it. Hold up. If I try to go to pose, but if I like try to move the arm, look at how laggy it is. Jesus.
Right.
So bad. Get this. I'm just gonna control Z until it's gone. Kill this thing.
So I guess Radiance has some real beefy computers.
That's the 1.0 models. That's before Radiance actually like came in. Well, I guess they. You know what? I'm gonna have to. I'll have to ask them on Game Jolt later. How do they work with those models?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Because like that's like if okay. Sometimes like if it's bad enough to like lag Blender, that's like decently common. It kind of hates itself after like 100,000 vertices or something like that. 100,000 faces.
Yeah,
But
I mean, for
sometimes
one
that's kind of
mod,
like a necessity. But just one little mouse, bruh. Like, and it like
yeah,
I'm
it seems
surprised
a
the thing
little
has a
overkill.
rig.
But I mean, I don't know. It works for them, I guess. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But for
If it's
everyone else,
barely
it's gonna be
working,
broke.
maybe maintain it.
Yeah. Okay.
If
I'm gonna get back to
it ain't
stream
broke,
stuff.
don't fix it. That's like saying putting you can just keep on putting oil into your leaking Honda. Like, yeah, that'll fix the problem, but it's gonna be very expensive to use it like that.
True. All right. Well, how
Like,
about
come
this?
on.
Contact Radiance and tell them fix your models.
I think it's no, because like it's directly from the game. I think because I'll show you. Do I have the? Yeah, here. Hold up. Where is Fnatic? Yeah, excuse me. Super sorry. Yeah. Share. Let me. I'm gonna send you the drive link. Right. You can
Okay.
get like. Yeah, it's the Fnatic archive. You get stuff from Nightmare Blood, Disney, 5.0, 4.0, 3.0, Pro 2.0, and 1.0,
Huh.
right?
Cool
And
if they
if you go to
have
1.0, you go to 1.0, you go to remastered 1.0, models, character. Wait, no, that's hold up. No, that's the original 1.0, models, characters, and then you go to photo negative Mickey 279.blend. That's the file that I have, and it is. I don't like it. I like. I forgot that there's a character in Fnatic just called God.
Yeah, they have some interesting ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh. They even have the maps too. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, actually, wait. They do have the maps, which means I have a thing I want to do now. Hold up. I'm gonna. Okay, no, I already have these on clipboard. I'm gonna delete all, and then I'm gonna see if I can't just straight up import one of the maps real quick, because that'll be really funny to fiddle around with. Oh right, Pirate Caverns.
Halloween edition too. Wow. Wait, so were these like ripped from the games, or were these all like sourced by the developers?
Look at the README. That will give you all the information you need. Some stuff
Mm.
had to be remade because they were unrecoverable, but most of the original models are there.
Huh.
It's really interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna try appending the main map of Fnatic 1.0. Uh, there's no collection, so I just gotta hit A, append. I can feel my blender dying. Was it? Oh yeah, I don't have topology. Where I'm on. Why are there no textures? Grr. Yes, there are textures. Never mind, I'm tripping. Oh my god. Wait, no, because this is so cool. Wait a minute. Because oh my god, wait. It's just straight up like the entire map of Fnatic. It connects together? Wait. Because this is like interlinking. Wait a minute. This is cool. Wait, let me put on Eevee instead of Cycles so that I can. This is so cool, dude. Wait, that's. Here's the like.
Yeah, it was like when developers will put some of their assets out. I guess it doesn't sound like it's necessarily the developers themselves, but they at least got consent. So
No, Radiance.
yeah, that's
No,
a
they got
situation.
like Nart like updated because Nart was the dude who made like the 1.0, right? And then he got his models from way back in the day, and then Radiance kind of like inherited the Fnatic thing.
Hmm.
Remember?
It's been a bit since I mean, there was like the Sir 55 video. I think was when I last brushed up on my history.
It's still cool that this stuff is. Hold on, what's in the 5.0 folder? Please tell me it's like more optimized because I cannot take these 5 quintillion polygon mice. Fnatic Archive 5.0 Fnatic Alpha? Oh, what is that? Do not look in the 5.0 folder.
What, just a
that's
model
just-
mess?
There's a thing called WIP-alice.png. It's horrible.
All right,
Really
hold
view on
on, hold
Office.
on.
That literally looks like. No, stop. No, 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 no.
Well, what kind of bad are we talking here?
Genuinely, like actually like terrifying model. I don't like it. It's got
Well, I'm
teeth. I don't like
well.
it.
That just sounds good. Uh, wait, where was it? 5.0 something something?
5.0 and then beta content.
Ah. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this before.
I don't think I have.
I think the texture on the skin is what does it. That's a choice. But okay, I gotta get back to doing code stuff. But I will talk with you later.
Alrighty. Yep.
See ya. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of wild that all of this exists. I feel like there's not all that much lost content from the FNAF community, considering like just how many projects there are. But okay, back to trying to get this remove mess thing working. I don't think dirty is ever actually called. That's why this isn't working yet. So where's clean called then? Or sorry, clean is not being called. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so it's never called anywhere. But dirty is called right there, as well as no, it's just right there. Okay. Then we also need to make it dirty if the player moves it. Which hmm. I guess for item, it is when you place it. So where's place called? Build item dot place. Oh, oh, this is like an interactable thing. Interesting. Interesting way to do that past me, but it actually kind of makes sense. So the item outline is actually just like a item with no collision. Okay, but then for clean, because I've got a choice to make here. Do I want it so that like clean is the function being called, and then from there it like figures out, oh, for item we're going to want to place it because that's how cleaning works for this item, or for this script. Or I could make it so that like place is called, and then because place is the function for cleaning, then we call clean at the end of it. I think calling clean would be the kind of sort of pun intended, the clean way to do this, but yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go with putting it at the bottom here, at least for now. So we'll go clean right there. And for you, it would be swing close. Yeah, because closed door is considered clean, and drawer is going to be pull close is the clean version. Okay. And then whenever the object is picked up, it is going to be considered dirty. Although, yeah, see, this is where we come across an issue. Like, dirty also says this. So I think that I might want to cut this up into like a set dirty function, so that there's like one that calls this and sets like a bool variable, and then another that like actually does the act of dirtying that messmaker will call. That could be a good way to do it. And we already have is dirtied. Okay. I don't think this is actually used anywhere though. No, it is not. So then we want to go. Oops. Caps on there. Actually, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in 5. And I'm back. You might hear my cat yelling for no particular reason. Come on, come here. Up. Come here. He's considering coming up into my lap. Uh-huh. Come on. Yep, come here. Yeah, hi. There you go. I got a cat to my right on my desk. I got a cat in my lap. Life is good. Okay. Right. I was working on the dirtied thing. Car obtained. Yeah, I've got one more car to have come over, and then I'll have collected them all. But I think she's hiding away somewhere in the apartment. So probably just the two for the stream, unfortunately. That's okay. Two is pretty good. So protected. Oh wait, like set dirtied, I guess. Although that should probably be an iMessable. Actually, wait, no, I can just do this. Yeah, that makes sense. Set is 30 to equals value, right? That works? It does. Cool. Okay, well, now my cat is just being a nuisance. So I get to move my whole setup over to make room. The things we do for our pets. Okay, that's all good there. And then we gotta go, instead of having this, we will just go actually, I'm going to make this into a full function because this makes more sense if I can go and call that event from here. And then is so anytime that we set the dirty state of the item or grabbable, or sorry, messable, then we're going to either call add mess event or remove mess event if it'll show up in my auto. There we are. Nice. And we'll probably want to do the same thing for door. Actually, I'll just copy this whole thing. Okay. That should work. And then throw, we'll change the dirty to state. That is dirty equals false. Or no, e equals true. Yes. And up here, this should also make is dirty equals true. But if I place it, then that should clean it, which means is dirty equals false. Nice. Same thing here is dirty equals false for clean, and then whenever it swings close, yeah, and then if it swings open, then at the start, dirty equals true. Okay. So then, same thing for drawer. When it gets pulled open, is dirty equals true. When it gets closed, then we clean it and set it to not dirty. Okay. So in theory, we should now have a accurate mess counter. Let's see if that's the case in practice. No, of course not. Oh. Actually, that might make sense. Yeah, we're calling everything like twice here. Watch out, bud. There we go. Yeah. So I need to remove this and this. And this, and that's maybe it. And you know what? I'm actually going to set starting messes to 0 so that I can make sure that the player messing something up is also adding to the count. Because if I pick up that bowl, it should count as a mess. Oh. Yeah, I gotta set that here as well, I think. 0. Okay. All right, that added a mess. And it is not removing a mess. What the heck? Remove mess. Oh, I never added a listener. Yeah, that would do it. Okay. Now let's try this. I should also put in some safeguards to make sure that things can't be added to the list multiple times, but okay for now. All right, so add mess, remove. We're gonna try that again. What? Hold on here. There we go. I had it still listening to the same event. So add mess was seeing the add event and then adding, and then remove mess was seeing the add event and removing instead of checking the remove event. But this seems to be working. Yep, added, removed, added, removed, added, and now it's just kind of, yeah. So when we like drop it, for example, that also adds a mess, because we're not putting it back where it's supposed to be, which is why we need to make sure that when we're adding messes, the mess isn't already included in all messes. And now this should work. Like exactly how we want it to. added mess, and I just dropped it, but it's staying at 1, and then I place it back, and it removes the mess. But now the ghost just messed with that, so then that's going to add a mess. But then I removed it again. Okay, yay, success. Now let's make it so that, also I didn't need to with this earlier. Okay, let's make it so that if you remove a mess, current messes, and there are no messes left, then we disable the mess maker. And for this, we're going to increase the starting messes to 3 again, and change the ghost mess time to like 3 seconds. Just so that we can actually see the ghost doing its thing. All right, so it did a couple things right off the bat. Open more drawers. But now we're gonna close that. Put that back in its place. Close this. Close this. Place that. And we did it. We got all the messes rid of, and so the ghost disappeared. All right. Doesn't that look like such a fun game? Okay, so disappear when counter reaches 0, and that is complete. All right. So next, I think Complexity, before anything, it's a very small change, but I want to go into the mess maker, or it might be under item, and when we toss it, we want to change drop force. And honestly, this can probably be something we change in the inspector. That's probably best. So right now it's at 1.3 force, but it like barely nudges the object. So let's put a little bit more on that. Why did you not work? Oh, I see. Okay. This is actually the drop force for when the player drops it, and I've just been using that value for the tossing. But we would actually more want I think we just want to make it its own variable. Which I mean, drop force should still be its own variable as well. So we're gonna go drop force will also make so that we can alter drop downwards or drop upwards force. And then we'll go throw force equals, and we'll say 2.5. Okay. So now the ghost should be throwing things a bit further. Let's wait for it to throw one of these. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit more of a throw. Yeah. Sounds about right to me. We can probably also get rid of these debugs. And we also want to make sure that all messes contains whatever we're removing. Basically just the same check here, but reversed. Okay, and next I think I want to make the ghost start moving around a little bit. Because I've got it so that it will, and also I'm gonna like duplicate some of this. I've got it so that it can only interact with things that are near it. But that's, you know, not really demonstratable unless there are multiple objects around this level and the ghost can like move around. So we're gonna duplicate the nightstand. We'll duplicate all of this, honestly. That should be fine. And just bring that over here. Excuse me. What? Oh my gosh, there's a nightstand hiding in there. Or just a drawer, even. What are you? There's still like a white something. What? Why are you hanging out in there? Anything else hanging out in the bed? No. Okay. Whatever. Strange. Anyhow, we're gonna go just kind of put items wherever. Pillow over there. Pillow over here. A nightstand over here. Maybe like back here. And then we'll do this nightstand plus this bowl. Just give the ghost lots of options. And that should probably be about good. Yeah. Okay. So now let's add a nav mesh window. I think that's under AI, navigation. Or is it just under scene that we want to show that? It might just be a gizmo. Nav mesh agent, nav mesh obstacle. Hmm. I'm trying to think here. Where is the nav mesh? Because there's like a window for like building out the nav mesh so that AI knows like this is floor, this is not floor. And I thought it was this, but it's not, I don't think. Unless I just need to go. No, there's no build option. Google to the rescue. See? This might have changed in the swap to Unity 6 as well. Oh, actually, yeah, I think it did. Oh, so you put it on the object now. So, like, cube here, which I'm going to rename to floor, because otherwise I'm going to forget, needs a nav surface. Huh. Okay. And then I bake. Oh. What the heck? Okay, so we want to change our humanoid to have like almost no step height because our ghost doesn't need to be stepping onto things. And how do I change the there it is. Yeah, I don't want you to be able to go up much of a slope, so let's go more like that. And that's probably fine. There we go. That's more like it. We do want to make you, I think, smaller though. Because it's giving a wide berth around everything. That's better though, I think. Yes, walkable, object collision, sure. Okay. So now we want to make a new script for our ghost. We already have it even. Ghost movement. Cool. And we'll probably want to put that on our ghost. There's nothing in it yet, but that's fine. We're also going to need a nav mesh agent. That's going to be what controls our ghost and lets it communicate with the nav mesh. And we'll move you onto the nav mesh. Okay, you got some weird settings. I guess I'll make this consistent with this. Okay. Where's your radius? Radius, thank you. Okay, looks like 0.2 is about right. So I'll update that as well. Nice. Okay. Ghost. So speed, angular speed, acceleration, all this stuff is fine. We can worry about tweaking the speed later. So now we just want it to randomly move around. Move around nav mesh agent. So I think the way that we would want to do this is just setting a random objective as the ghost's like end path, and then just have it naturally path. And then once it reaches within like 0.5 units of its objective, make a new objective. Okay, and it looks like I found a pretty good one to just use online. Obviously, I'm going to want to redo this at some point because I would rather it be specific to my ghost, but at least for testing, this is fine. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, like I would make this a coroutine. Generally don't want to have timers on update. But for now, wander timer, I will set this to like a 5, let's say. Wander radius to, we'll say 8. Okay, let's see how that looks. I think that's all I would need for this. But we'll see. Yeah, okay. And just move that drawer that's next to. Move that one as well. And I guess I can try to close those. All right, it's not interacting with anything here because there's nothing for it to interact with. We're gonna decrease your wander timer though. You're spending a lot of time just standing around. Get to work. I think I might have doubled up objects there. I think that might be why things are exploding at the start. Let's see, nightstand, nightstand, nightstand. Yep, there it is. Oops. All right, we'll put you over here. And I think there might even be another door. And another pillow. Okay, yeah, I totally mess up the duplication. My bad. There, that's better. How big is the interaction range? Okay, so not that big. We'll even increase that to 3. Just so that it has a little bit... Oh, hello, Riku the Nardo. How do I say that? Riku the Nardo? Perhaps? Just getting my guy here to move around. So this is going to be a ghost in the full game, and it just kind of randomly wanders around. It'll be invisible, and interacts with objects. So it should only be interacting with objects that it's close to, which it seems to be doing correctly. You can see it like opening and closing the door, because that's the closest thing to it. And then once it gets over here, it might start messing with this, or it might just kind of hang around. Riku, okay. Wait, what? One of your cats got hurt? What? Like, how bad? I hope they're okay. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm glad they'll still be all right in the end, though. But geez. Okay. Okay, movement actually went really quick there. Uh, that's pretty much exactly what I want. Yes, so it is kind of like Phasmophobia. The idea is that you are a room cleaner in a haunted hotel, and you're going in, cleaning a room. But if you notice signs of a ghost, then you need to leave the room before they attack. And so, like, it's kind of like observation duty and kind of like Phasmophobia. You're just cleaning the room, doing little cleaning mini games until you notice that, like, hey, that bowl was on the table earlier and now it's on the ground. And then once 3 signs of a ghost has happened, they'll try to attack you. So I like in a ideal gameplay, you would notice 2 signs of a ghost being in the room and then leave to go do a different room. So, like, you know, for example, if it'll ever load. Let's see. So yeah, like if I notice this door is closed and then like I go and put a bowl in here. Yeah, there. And then I noticed that like while I was doing this, the door is now open, then it's like, okay. That was not like that. So there's a ghost in here now. Yeah, it's working a starter job, but it's spooky. And so, like, obviously these are pretty basic ones, but there will be ones of like seeing something in a mirror or a faucet turning on or like something being scrawled in blood on the wall, all sorts of stuff. And then there will be some ghosts where they'll have unfinished business that you can help them out with. For example, there will be a little girl who never got like a toy, and so like she always grew up poor, and then she died before she could get a toy, and so you have to find in a different room a child's toy and bring it to her room to like make her happy. And then depending on how many ghosts you help, you'll get a different ending. Yeah, 3D games can be kind of tricky to make, but they're very rewarding. Ah, yeah, that is also a big issue. Yeah, I actually switched this project from Unreal Engine 5 to Unity, partly because Unity is a lot easier to run on lower end computers. Okay, so this actually is working pretty well now. I need to add more items, but I might want to start working on the hotel. I can show a video if I can find it of in Unreal Engine 5 I actually had the map looking okay. I guess this one. Yeah, so once the art is up, it'll look very similar to this, and then you like go into a room and do your tasks, and then once you notice a ghost, you'll get out, go to a different room, so on and so forth. If it's working surprisingly well, expect it to break in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm just trying to think if there's any other big mechanics that I want to do. Well, actually, Zanny, you know, like the Puppet Master thing where you like flash your. Or actually, no, it's Rat and Cat, I think, where you like flash your light. I instead of Phasmophobia hunts where like the ghost chases you around the room, I want it to be more like the Rat and Cat flashlight chases, where like the ghost will um get closer and closer to you and like appear in different corners of your screen, and you have to like move your flashlight quickly to like save yourself. And then if you fail to do it in time enough times, then yeah, you have to defend yourself with the flashlight. And if they get close enough, then they will murder you. And so it'll be like kind of easy to track them the first time that you see a ghost for the day, but then every time that you survive it, you will like the mini game will get harder. He's making aim labs. Yeah, well, eventually it'll get so hard that like it's just impossible to survive, because I don't want it to just be like the highest level of play is just be very good at aiming. That's lame. Okay, so there are some bugs that I could fix right now, but none that are massive. Let's see if I have any items in my meshes. Oh, I have a lot of items. Oh my gosh, I forgot that I imported this many. Nice. All right, so we got an Old West pack, we got a Mansion pack. What is this? A lamp? Lamp could be fun. Yeah, we'll do that. Add in a lamp that they can turn on and off. Yeah, 2D is a lot easier. It's still tricky for sure, but yeah, a lot of it is just comes down to having a good idea and then sticking to it. Like this game, it took a while for me to come up with an idea for. But then once I got it, I just kind of got on a roll. Okay, so objects, we want maybe I need to go create empty first. So this is going to be the lamp. We'll put you in there, and okay. So lamp is going to be more similar to the door than an item, because I'm not going to have it so that you can pick up the lamp. You'll just be able to turn it on and off. And I also want to have like some mini games. For example, if a light bulb shatters, then you'll have a little mini game where you like unscrew the previous light bulb and then screw in the new one. Wait, I just got it added to a 3-man group call. People called each other a slur and then everyone left the group. What? Who are you hanging out with? That is a fascinating interaction. But no, honestly, if you're interested in making games, I think that you should just jump into it. I recommend game development for anyone. It's just fun. Okay, so we want an interact box first up. And that goes on just the base item. So this will be what the mouse looks for when it's trying to like find an object to touch. Let's make sure that is not out in space. There we go. Make it a little smaller. Get rid of the offset. Okay, pretty good on that size. Is this X? This is X. A riveting 15 seconds. Oh, I didn't want to mess with that. I want this. But I want it to be smaller and then up a bit. Maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. And then it's just got a door script. Is this... I see. Okay. Then yeah, we'll want a lamp script. Grab that so that we can use it as kind of a copy. So we want it to be pretty similar. Just instead of swinging a hinge, we want a light to turn on. And also, we're going to want objects, lamp, attach the lamp script. And we want to add a light. Probably a point light. That seems like a very big light. Let's make that smaller by a lot. Even smaller? That's more like it. And we'll make it a little bit of a warmer glow. And that's fine for now. Cool. We're gonna just copy pretty much all of this, and then we'll just delete what's not needed. Obviously, we don't need the lamp to swing open or swing close. And we don't need swap open. We do need this. And instead of an open and close prompt, we just want an interact prompt that always says either it's gonna be an on prompt, off prompt, and maybe like activate, deactivate, or like turning the light on and off. And then on prompt, off prompt. And instead of an open bool, we want active bool. You can't code for anything. It is tricky. I started when I was in like a maybe freshman year of high school. And I ended up kind of... I went to college for computer science for like 2 years, but I ended up being a little bored by it because I had already learned a lot of the stuff I needed. So then I just took a job in game development instead. You don't think you'll be able to do it ever? I think that most people probably can, especially if you're younger. It's just a matter of like being consistent about it and following tutorials, and yeah, I mean that's really it. Is just like starting small and following tutorials until you kind of start to understand it yourself. There's a lot of free courses to like pretty much teach you all of the basics. All right, so for this, for interact, for door it was swap open, but for this, we're going to want to be doing swap light. And probably private. And then if the light is already active, then we want to deactivate the light. And if it's not already active, then we want to activate the light. Do I have a Discord server? No, I do not. Might not be a bad idea, though. Uh, you know what? After this stream, I'll make a Discord. Why, I have a Discord for one of my games that I never really used. So I'll probably just repurpose that one. But okay, so for lamp, we have this point light, and that's going to be casting the light. So what we want is to go light, light. So now we should see, or actually there's still going to be some bugs in here. Yeah. We'll just go swap light. Okay. True, yeah, you could join Zanny's Discord in the meantime. Okay, so now we have this light variable here. We want to put our scene light in here. And now when we're swapping the light, we can just grab this and go light.set .game object .set active. And if it's active, then we want true. And false. And later we'll want to do like a sound effect probably. For like when the light turns on and off. We could also maybe do like a very brief window of like increasing the light's intensity. There's all sorts of little bits of polish that you can do, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, is there anything else that... yes, we need to call clean and is dirtied. So we're gonna say that when it's on, it's dirtied. So is dirtied equals true. And when it's false, we do clean. Because when you're gonna leave a person's room after cleaning it, you should probably turn the lights off. This is the logic. Okay, let's try that. You can drop your Discord link, Zanny, if you want. That way they can join if they feel like it. But okay, activate, deactivate, point light. We can get rid of the open and close curve because that was used for the door to let the door know how fast to open and close. Same thing with open degrees, swing coroutine, and max swing degrees. And timer, actually. In fact, I don't know the timer is used over here either. It is. What is timer used for? I see. Okay. Yeah, that should be it. Let's try that. We also probably want to go like right when the game starts, we want to change the light to be like if the lamp starts active, then we want the light to be active, and if the lamp starts deactivated, then start deactivated. Free self promo. I'll have you know when I seen that link, my first thought was to ban you because I thought you were a bot. But no. You're allowed. Okay, so you can see there, the light is making a bit of light. Like if we deactivate, press activate. So that should be working. And I think it starts, yep, starts off. So let's try this. Okay. Oh, that is a problem. we need to go in here and set for interact box, we need to set the interact object to lamp. Otherwise the interact box doesn't know what to do once it's been moused over. Also, because it's bothering me, there's I accidentally put two bowls directly on top of each other, and they do a physics oopsies every time that I start the game. Yeah, I know I told you to put the link, but then I forgot. And then I just seen a link. Okay, activate. Not doing anything. Try that again. Interact, swap lay. And if it's oh, that's why. It's because I did it wrong. That's why. Where does open get changed for door? Yeah. So we need, at the start of swap lay, we need active equals whatever, the opposite of whatever it is currently. So if it's on right now, turn it off. If it's off right now, turn it on. And then we can check. All right, see you, Zanny. Okay, let's see here. There we go. So we can activate and deactivate. Obviously, it looks pretty jank. There's no textures on it, but that's okay. For our purposes, that works. Okay, and then dirty is going to swap that. Okay, let's put some more lamps around and see if the ghost can interact with it. We'll put a lamp right here. Ideally not in the ground. Better. And the other thing that we should do is make sure that there's actually collision on the lamp, which I'm not sure that there is. Let's go over to here, open this up. Not in Blender. We just need to check generate colliders. Perfect. All right, and now we have a mesh collider. So the mesh colliders are oh, that was quick. Good. Yeah, no, my short-term memory is honestly pretty terrible, but like for max modes, it's different. Like I can have 3 different Freddy timers happening in my head and keep them all straight, and I can do parasitic pals. But I can't remember a conversation I had 5 seconds ago. Just how it is. I think I want this to be convex. Yes, okay. Cool. So then let's see if we can get the ghost to do its thing. It really is, yeah. All right, so yep, all the lamps are starting off. Please don't wander over there, buddy. I need you to come over here. Oh my gosh. All right, let's try putting him a little bit more like here. Where did he go? What? Oh, it's over there. Well, he really zooms, huh? Are you even on the... You're like not even on the nav mesh. What's going on here? Oh, I think you're like so fast that you're going wild. Hold on. Wander radius. All right, we might need to decrease the wander radius. Maybe to like 3. He's actually going bananas. Please just activate the lamp. That's all I want. He's going so fast. Why is he going so fast? I don't think he was doing that earlier. I think your prediction of expected to break in the next 20 minutes was true. Oh, that's why. Never mind. It's actually fine. I didn't move the ghost. I moved the ghost's visual, so it was looking jank. There we go. That's better. Yeah, like I like characters that have a flow chart to them, you know, where it's like you deal with them differently depending on what they're doing. I'm beginning to suspect that you actually cannot interact with the lamp. We're gonna try disabling all the other objects. Actually, wait, no, why don't I just I did it again. Yeah, I totally did. I'm just gonna make it so that your wander radius is 0. And then I put you right here. So now you have to interact with the lamps or nothing at all. Okay, and it can interact with the lamps. Cool. Can you shut off the lamps though? You just did. Okay, awesome. Look at that, another item made. Easy freaking peasy. Okay, so there's a lamp. We have, what is a till frame? I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's like a little drawer. I already have the nightstands, so that seems like a bit of a repeat. Alright, sounds good. See ya. PNM and CPNM require you to shut off the cameras they entered your office from. Different defense. Right, yeah, I know about the hourglass thing. To hear complaints about it. Is it desk? I don't really have anything that I want to make from Mansion and Old West right now. What about hotel? Got another lamp. We got a mirror. A sink. Sync seems like it would be a lot of effort. Probably more than I would want at the moment. A chair. Picture frame. Maybe I'll do picture frame. I think that one would be a fun one. Because there's a few ways that it could get messed up. Either it could get tilted, or it could fall off the wall. And I want to have it so that there's like different mini games based on how it's broken. So like for example, if the picture frame falls down and the glass shatters, then you'll get a little mini game of like putting the glass pieces back together. But like if it just gets tilted, then you have a mini game where like you have to recenter the frame. So that could be a good one to work on. And these wall lamps, I think, would actually be able to use the same script as these floor lamps. In fact, I want to probably name this more specifically to be like a, what would it be called? Like a desk lamp? Yeah, desk lamp, we'll call it. Desk lamp 1. Since there's probably going to be variations, and I definitely want there to be wall lamps. So we're going to create a copy of this and go wall lamp 1. And then that was under meshes, wall lamp. Okay, then get rid of this one. And then the light needs to go there. The interact box needs to go like this about. Okay. Yep, that looks good. And then we want to make this smaller and up. Looks about right. Get rid of this. And then over here, we want to make sure that it has the generate colliders. Actually, I don't even think this needs a collider. It's on the wall. Okay. Wait, did I move the light? I did. Cool. All right, let's try to add these in then. We'll go wall. Bring that over. No nav mesh since we don't want it to go on top of the wall, the ghost. And then instead of being that, we want still wide but tall. Okay. Bring that in and shove one of these on it. Yeah. And bring the ghost closer so that it can actually interact with that. Okay. So now the ghost should be able to interact with those lamps as well. Okay, turn that on. Is the ghost speed at every 3 seconds. I guess that's fine. Oh, I might have done the same mistake I did earlier. Hold on. Wall lamp. Interaction box. No, that should work. Why aren't you interacting with this, sir? What the heck? Sir, if I bring it closer. Oh my gosh, I did the same thing again. I always do that. I keep moving the ghost visual instead of the ghost itself. And it's because the ghost is over there because I'm stupid. Okay. Over here. There. Okay, now we should see the lights coming on and off. Or it just decides to move every drawer. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So now I think I want to make it so that you can also just flicker the lamp. Actually, do I though? Maybe I'll hold off on that for now. I sure am. Hello, catastrophe. Yeah, it is have you ever heard of phasmophobia? Yeah, okay. So it is a little like phasmophobia. You are a room cleaner at a hotel where the only residents are ghosts. And so your job is to go into their room and clean it up. But if you notice signs that the ghost is in there with you, then you need to leave or else you'll get attacked. So as you're like, polishing the floors and like putting objects back in place, maybe you notice that you made the bed already, but now it's unmade. So then you know that the ghost is there. So then you leave the room and go to a different room, and then come back later. That's the general idea of the game. That you're like kind of doing an observation duty-esque, looking for things out of place while also cleaning up the room and looking for signs of a ghost. So right now I was just testing. I added some lamps, and so the ghost will turn the lamps on and off. And they'll also, as you can see here, they'll mess with like the drawers. And if you like fully clean out a room, then the ghost there is satisfied, and you can like be done with it. So it's just kind of a constant going between different rooms, cleaning a little bit, noticing there's a ghost there, leaving, going to clean another room, cleaning for a little bit, circling back to that previous room. And you just seen there, it tossed the bowl there a little bit. So yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun once it's done. Obviously, very early stages right now. Everything is very unpolished, but it's getting there. And here, I guess I'll show. I was working on this in Unreal Engine, but with how few people can run Unreal Engine for Observation of Freddy's, I figured I should swap to Unity. But this is how it was looking in Unreal. So a little bit nicer than what I have in Unity right now. But yeah, it'll be a very atmospheric, spooky hotel. What'd you think of Zanny? Well, I wanna definitely make like different ghost behaviors that just kind of randomly change how aggressive the ghost is and like what kind of things it will more often interact with. Um, but in terms of like the task of the game, I don't really want to have it so that you discover the ghost type. The main interaction that you'll be doing with the ghosts is solving their little side quests. I've got a design doc with a whole bunch of like quests and stuff. So like yeah, this is a good example of one. Is that like you'll find through like some of their belongings that there's like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and that the boyfriend was going to propose but then died before he could. So then you have to like deliver the ring to his girlfriend to like put his spirit at peace. So there's a lot of like contextual, or what is it called? Environmental storytelling. Yes, yeah. Like one of the things I want to do is give a Ouija board to the player, so that you can get an extra tip for doing little extra services for the ghosts. So like you could ask them if they prefer the curtains open or closed, and then like it'll using the Ouija board will make it so that your like signs of a ghost counter goes up, so you're one step closer to getting attacked. But if you clean the room successfully and you leave the curtains open like they said, then you'll get like a extra bonus tip. Or like leaving a nightlight, or not packing up their belongings or whatever. It's kind of similar to oh, what's the game? Papers, Please. It's kind of similar to how Papers, Please deals with their NPCs, if you've ever seen or played that game. Where did the ghost just go? Okay, it's over here. Also, we got a sprint, we've got a crouch. And when the ghost does attack, they'll like, you'll see a figure forming somewhere in the room, and then you can try to either hide behind something, like this, or just like leave the like hide behind a door. But the door to the room will be locked, so you'll be stuck there. And then if they do see you, then you go into that mini game where they like you have to shine the flashlight on them as they get closer and closer and closer. And if you don't keep the flashlight on them for enough time, then they murder you. Ooh, I loved that at Dead of Night, actually. I am definitely taking visual inspiration from that. Like that hotel looks excellent. I believe it's like a real life hotel too. Let's see here. Right, picture frame. I wanted to do a picture frame. Okay, so I think I will make the picture frame, and then that'll be the last thing I do for the day. We want to go create empty. Well, if I ever get far enough to get into audio stuff, I'll probably just hire a developer. Like I think I want to get um some of my development team from my previous projects. Oh wait, oops, I was still playing. Oops. I want to get some of the developers from previous projects to work with this. My former boss has been helping me with the design doc because he does a lot of story stuff. Like he was something on GTA, like a maybe creative director for GTA 5, something like that. Sure. Okay, nice. Oh, there. Don't know what I did to move that so far. Okay, so picture frame, and then I want to get rid of that. Then make this a prefab. Nice. Yeah, that sounds about right. It was something with a director role. So having that kind of expertise backing me has been awesome. And I think I got a pretty fun story here. There's like a overarching story about like why the ghosts are trapped in this hotel and like why are you here? Okay. So then we need our interact box. Actually, I shouldn't move that. I should be moving the collider. Oh, actually, that's way too big. Oops. Down a bit, up, and that's good enough. I think we're gonna call it. Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay. And then we're gonna need picture frame script. Plop that on you. Oh, I think I did that too early. What kind of horror game will this be? It will be kind of similar to Phasmophobia. Also, hello, Brady Sticks. I don't know how long you've been here. Did you hear the like pitch of the game? And that's probably, yeah, we'll just keep all of it. Okay, so the idea for the game is that you are a hotel cleaner at a hotel that only has ghosts, and so you're going into these rooms, you're cleaning them with like little cleaning mini games, like polishing off the floors or putting bowls back on desks. But then if you start to notice signs of a ghost being there, like doors opening on their own or the sink turning on, then you need to leave the room before the ghost gets angry and attacks. And so it's going to be very similar to Phasmophobia, where you're like watching out for the ghost, but then also a little bit of observation duty with like making sure that the room is how you remember it. So right now, very bare bones, you can see. I'll play it for you here. We've only got like basic player controls, and he'll kind of run around, and he'll like interact with that's like supposed to be the ghost. They'll interact with like doors and drawers and objects and like throw things around. And then I can pick stuff up, place them in the correct positions. And then the ghost disappears once you fix everything in the room. Though obviously not too focused on the goal right now. I'm just focused on making all the mechanics work. So we're making a picture frame right now. I'm wanting the picture frame to have two different roles. The ghost can either like tilt it so that it's like not centered and straight, or the ghost can knock it off the wall entirely and like shatter the glass. Right now, there hasn't been an object that can be like messed up in multiple ways, so that might be a bit of a problem. We'll see. Picture frame. All right, so we got the interact box, and that needs to be attached to you. And we need you to inherit from these. So that's just to make it so that you can mess with the ghost can mess with the picture frame, and you can clean the picture frame, but then you can also interact the picture frame to like, you know, clean it. And honestly, maybe I don't need interactable on this, because the only interaction you need is to clean it. Let's see. I think you still need interactable. Yeah, I think it'll work out pretty nicely. And there'll be plenty of personality added to the ghosts. Some side quests to do with putting their spirits to rest. And kind of an overarching story about why their souls are trapped. So for the picture frame, we don't really want it to be interactable at all unless it's already messed up. So I think that there's a, yes, interaction allowed. So is this part of interact? Let me open up interactable here. Yes, interaction allowed. Okay, so there it is. So we want to check if it is dirtied, then yes, you are allowed to interact with it. But if it's not dirty, then don't interact with it. There's no reason that you should need to mess with the picture frame. And actually, we can just return is dirtied. Cut out the middleman. Okay. So then if it is dirtied, then we want to go interact. For now, we will just have it so that the picture frame, should it fall off the wall or should it? Yeah, we'll say it falls off the wall. So fall off. And for that, we're going to need this to have a rigid body. actually still do want this. Rigid body. So rigid body is what you use whenever you want physics on an object. They're not like, you can't do like cloth physics with it, I don't think, but just for simple physics interactions. So I'm thinking that the best way to do this is to make the picture frame not use gravity initially, and then once it falls off, then all we need to do is activate the gravity. And then RB.gravity equals true. And then at the same time, we want is dirtied to be true. And when the game is first set up, we want gravity to be false on the picture frame. Otherwise, it would just fall off immediately. Eventually, we can probably add a little bit of force to make it go away from the wall a bit, but that can be later. And we don't need 2 prompts for this. We just need interaction prompt to be, actually, hold on. No, this is fine. Because we can just have it so that for now, we don't need a minigame attached to it. We'll just have it so that when you interact with a picture frame that's on the ground, it just teleports back up to where it's supposed to be. So return, like rehang. That should be a fine interaction prompt. And then when the player interacts, we want private void rehang, and then go initial position, initial rotation. We want to save at the start of the game the position rotation of the picture frame. That way, when the player interacts with it, when it's down, we can just like teleport it back up to where it was at the start. So game object dot transform dot position equals initial position. I think that works. Yeah. And then we just call rehang when we interact. And because that will mean the object has been cleaned. But then right here, we want to make sure to set initial position and set initial rotation. Oops, rotation. Nice. Okay. I think that is all correct. We'll see if that works. Might have forgotten a step at some point, but that's okay. Rigid body, just this. Initial position. I do not need to make that serialized. That's going to be done automatically. I want to check if door... okay, no, it has default layer, so this should be fine. All right, let's go to the ghost, make it so that it can't wander. That way it has to stay near this frame. And then let's make it a few more frames just so that it has more to interact with. And let's see how that works. Okay. Interesting. I see. That is because it doesn't have a collider. That would make sense. Okay, let's change this. Actually, we can just make our own box collider. We don't even need a specific collider for like this picture frame because it's basically just a box. So for this one, like the interaction box obviously is not like super specific to the object's shape, but that's because we want it to be like moused over. But for this, we do want it to be pretty exact to what the object looks like. So 0.1, maybe even smaller than that, 0.5. That looks about right. Bring it forward just a bit. There we go. Make this maybe half size. Bring it up or over. 0.7, 0.6. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then this needs to go up. And that should be... And this could be a little bit better. There, that looks good. Okay. So now the picture frames shouldn't fall into nothingness. They should just fall onto the floor. Or that. That's fun. Okay, hold on. That's not correct. We got some picture frames in space here. We also want them to be kinematic until they fall to the ground. I don't know if that was the problem there, but it's still something that we should change. And while we're at it, we should also be doing this. So we want to make sure that the gravity is off once we rehang them. All right, let's try this. Oops. Okay, it seems to knock down a painting. Right, rehang, rehang. And you knock them down again. Well, hold on. Why are they showing the prompt though? Because interaction allowed should only be, yeah, this should only be allowed when you're, hold on, is this actually being used? Maybe this isn't actually being used. It is not. Okay, that's probably why. So then that is something I need to put in here, maybe? Or maybe interactor. Yeah, interactor, and then what is try interact? Interact. Because we're the problem is that we have this function, interaction allowed, and I need to make sure that that's actually being called somewhere before the player recognizes it as a valid interactable object. And I think I can do that just before try interact. This would be interact object. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, because we need to find this. Tricky. So the issue is that we're like doing we're making an invisible line in front of the player and returning the first thing that's like interactable. But then we try to interact with that thing. I think my brain might be fried. Might be time to end stream. I think my sleep medication is worn off, so I am getting pretty tired. Maybe I'll be back after my pill is kicked in again. We'll see. Either way, I do want to try streaming more often, so expect another stream within like a day or two. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. See ya.